Most of you have probably watched my full review of the HTC One M8, which was done about 17 days after the release. And looking back, most of what I said still stands true, but there are some things myself and many other reviewers seem to have left out, or just weren't able to discuss because we hadn't used the phone long enough. This video will be about all of my personal experiences within the last 100 days with the HTC One M8, and I hope you all enjoy. But before we get started, I would like to give everyone a heads up that they can purchase the new hybrid bumper case and AmFilm screen protector for the Galaxy S5 and HTC One M8 right now. But be sure to use the coupon code GadgetGuruHD for 15% off your order. Starting off with the build, the M8 simply can't be beat. After using the HTC One M8 as my daily driver for the last 100 days, it's impossible to go back to any LG or Samsung phone. They just don't have the same premium build and good looks that the M8 does. However, I can personally say that a case alone won't keep the M8 scratch free. I've used the case for about the first 2 months, but realized that the back was so fragile that even the lightest of lint would scratch up the back. So before you purchase the HTC One M8, you'll need to understand that some light scratching and scuffs are inevitable and they just can't be avoided. Battery life is still really good, and I usually get through the day with about 20 to 30% left, and that's with some pretty heavy usage. That includes browsing the web, streaming music, watching a couple of YouTube videos here and there, and much more. I mentioned that the battery saving function seemed somewhat useful in my original review, but I haven't actually needed to use it. Looking back at my original review, I definitely hyped the camera up a little bit too much. I was taken away by the simplicity of the software and how quick and responsive everything was. HTC still has some of the best camera software out there, but the quality of the camera just isn't up to par with the competition. When bringing pictures up onto the computer or off your phone, they just aren't as vivid or detailed as those taken by the Galaxy S5 or even the OnePlus One. And while I used the dual camera a ton the first several weeks of owning the phone, I honestly can't remember the last time I've used it since then. I own the Verizon HTC One M8, which is currently running Android 4.4.2 and Sense 6. The M8 is still fast as ever. There's no stutter or lag, even when I'm multitasking between tons of different apps. Recently, I have gotten a bit bored of Sense and switched over to an Android L theme look, which I really do like. I'm not rooted, but you can get this look on your phone by watching the video's tutorial annotated on screen, or linked down in the description below. It'll basically give you the same Android L feel that I have on my phone, and transfer it over to yours. One thing a lot of people made a big deal about was the power button being on the top of the phone. And to be honest, it really isn't an issue. I use motion launch gestures every time I go to unlock the M8, and it makes checking for notifications extremely easy. Also, whenever I do go to lock my phone, I do it as I put it in my pocket, so my finger is at the top of the M8 anyway, and it just isn't an issue. The speakers are incredible, and there's nothing on the market that comes close to competing with them. Of course, it is important to mention that the M8 does have a micro SD card slot that can be expanded up to 128GB, and I'll link you guys below where you can pick one of these 128GB cards up. For me, the HTC One M8 was a great buy. 100 days later, and it's still one of the best overall smartphones out there. And to be honest, I'm not in any hurry to upgrade. I'll surely check out the LG G3 for its 2K display, the Moto X Plus 1 for all the cool Motorola features, but other than that, nothing has really given me any buyer's remorse. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.